The third notice was always the hardest. Jae-hyuk, the building owner, stood outside apartment 4A, his knuckles poised. He knew the tenant, Woo-jin, was home. He could smell the faint, comforting spice of kimchi jjigae through the door, but a good smell didn't pay the bills. Woo-jin opened the door, a clean apron tied low over his torso. Jae-hyuk SSI, he started, his voice a low plea. Please, just one more week. My last catering job. Jae-hyuk cut him off, his face unmoving, yet his eyes held a flicker of something beyond just business. The lease is clear, Woo-jin SSI. Money, or I repossess the unit. Jae-hyuk stepped inside, the cold air of professionalism following him. He saw the empty refrigerator, the meticulously organized spice rack, and the warmth of the small apartment fighting against the heavy reality. Woo-jin followed him, desperation making him bold. I have no money, but I have this, he insisted, pulling a small, perfect spoonful of the stew from the pot and offering it. This is worth more than money. Let me pay you in meals, dinner, every night, for a month. Jae-hyuk looked at the spoon, then back at Woo-jin's earnest face. The proposal was ridiculous, yet the scent of the food was intoxicating. You think you can feed me a full month for the price of rent? He challenged, a skeptical but intrigued smirk playing on his lips. The first night, Woo-jin arrived at Jae-hyuk's penthouse kitchen, his arms loaded with fresh ingredients. Jae-hyuk was waiting, having just finished his evening run, a towel tossed over his shoulder, watching Woo-jin work with a strange mix of ownership and fascination. Woo-jin's cooking was an unexpected spectacle, a furious, passionate dance of heat and flavor. He moved around the stainless steel counter with the rhythm of a true artist, his bare back slick with sweat from the heat of the stove. Jae-hyuk found himself unable to look away. They ate in silence the first week. Woo-jin served the food, then cleaned while Jae-hyuk devoured it. It was a transaction, cold and clear. But one night, over a perfectly seared galbi, Jae-hyuk spoke. Tell me about this marinade. Woo-jin spun around, surprised, a soapy towel in his hand. He launched into a passionate, detailed explanation of the sauce, his eyes lighting up as he described the subtle flavors of pear and ginger. For the first time, Jae-hyuk saw the man, not the tenant. The arrangement shifted. The transaction became a date. They started sharing wine. Conversations stretched late into the night. One evening, after a particularly moving story about Woo-jin's dream restaurant, Jae-hyuk reached out. Woo-jin's breath caught as Jae-hyuk gently brushed a stray lock of hair from his forehead. You don't belong in the basement, Woo-jin SSI, he murmured, his voice suddenly thick. You belong here, making beautiful things. The air between them crackled with unsaid hunger. The debt was forgotten, replaced by something much sweeter and more complicated than money or food. Jae-hyuk pulled him closer, the scent of the evening's dinner and the promise of a long-awaited kiss mingling in the warm kitchen air. This was a payment they both were eager to make,